All right, let's get to this situation here. So we had the great Josina Anderson on our show last week, and she talked about a report that she had a few days before that in which Seattle was heavily interested in Baker Mayfield. Yesterday, Ian Rappaport was on Pat McAfee's show. By the way, Pat McAfee's show is really good. I usually hate on others in the media.
Yeah, his joint's crazy.
He's
getting super bad.
Wild. So Rappaport goes on. Do we have the Rappaport clip? Yeah, right. That's what I thought. Okay.
We have the quotes. We can't play the whole clip, but we got the quotes.
Yeah, this is Rappaport on Pat McAfee's show yesterday. Here we go. Oh, this is okay. I have heard nothing to corroborate Baker to the Seahawks at all. They have never really been interested in Baker. Ian Rappaport. First of all, guys, I didn't like. I'm not a big. I'll admit, I'm not afraid to rip other media members, unlike most people, which is again probably not great for my career, but anyway. I'm not a fan of Ian Rappaport. I don't particularly care for him. When I've interviewed him once or twice in person.
Like every day.
Here's what I don't like. If I interview you and we're together, we're hanging out, we're doing a show, whatever. If you can't look me in the eye, like I'm not worth your time to look me in the eye, then go bleep yourself.
I will give you credit because you are consistent.
Yeah.
You hammer them all, right?
Yeah, he's a little weasel. I mean, he really is a little weasel. And I think his comments, if you saw the whole thing, I don't know if you guys saw the whole thing, I think he was very disrespectful to Josina Anderson with these comments. Let's hear it. Let's see it here.
We don't have the comments. We can't play it off Pat McAfee's show. But here's what Josina Anderson said in response.
Well, let me before we play Josina's or show Josina's response. When he was talking about it, he goes, "Well, this Seahawks stuff. This is an internet rumor. It's not true." All right. That's an insult to Josina Anderson. You don't say it's an internet rumor. It's not some Joe Schmo in his basement putting up stories. Well, Josina Anderson is as credible, and I would say more credible in my opinion. Ian Rappaport may have the bigger name as an insider. I trust Josina Anderson more than I trust him because she is as connected with the players and has the respect of the players more than I believe any insider in the league. So this is really disrespectful.
Josina Anderson is plugged in. So
yes.
Any comment otherwise, you're trying to minimize what
she
brings to
Don't say internet rumors.
So
it's not internet
stop
rumors.
Playing with me, right?
Yeah, right.
Don't be mad. She beat you to the scoop. You don't have a scoop. So you got to make sure you make it up to make it look like you got a bag when you don't have a bag.
Right.
Exactly you have nothing, right? You have nothing, right? And so I don't mind when we call out others for nonsense.
Yeah,
right?
this is nonsense. It's nonsense.
She's a legitimate source, or she wouldn't be making the money she's making, right? So she is legitimate. So she's played her dues in this business.
Yeah.
And
in a male-dominated business.
The thing about this whole thing to me is, I would side with Josina on this because Baker went on that podcast and said that it's looking like I'll be going to Seattle, right?
Right.
Why would he say that if he had no contact or nothing?
They was in Seattle with his girl, right? He was hanging out.
Obviously, there has been some discussion about him coming there. So I don't know where that's why to me when I seen that, I was like, oh, this is blasphemy. Like, he literally just said, ain't no way I'm going to go on a podcast and say, and I done spent time in Seattle, and I'm going to say, oh, yeah, it's probably looking like I'm going to go to Seattle if I had no discussion with Seattle. My agent hasn't talked to Seattle or nothing.
And that doesn't mean it's going to happen, right? Josina and Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter, they report things they're hearing from around the league. They don't always
The best source nowadays is the players themselves.
That's right. That's right.
So if Baker said that, he knows something.
That's right. And obviously I think she's connected to the players better than any of the other insiders. I really do.
I think there's certain people that only talk to her. Like,
yes.
Like, I'm not talking to nobody else but you.
Yeah.
So sometimes I don't get it, man. Like, I always tell people, man, you're not the hook here. You're not the. I always say we guessed in the sport. We guess, right? These people's talents allow me to get up here and talk and earn a living, right? At the end of the day, that pass will be revoked at one point in time. I'll be out of the game. It'll be a new person in the game, and they'll have their opportunity
I'm never getting out. I'm never getting out. I'm going to die in the game.
Boy,
I'm just going to be sitting here. I'm going to drop dead in the middle of the show.
Love the game.
That's all he never going nowhere.
We call the paramedics. Come on, get
What the hell else am I going to do?
I'm out of here.
Like, Bull,
I got nothing else to do. This is all I got.
My whole left side is down. What?
Let's show that tweet again, guys. This is Josina's response to Rappaport's comments when she talks about. Here we go. This is inaccurate. She's saying what because Pro Football Talk reported what Rappaport said. Though I can see why it may be necessary to float this now. 1, in case the Seahawks don't get Baker. 2, because if number 1 happens, it helps to manage the path ahead with the current situation. 3, they're still trying to figure out how I know heard. So clearly, she, as usual, got it from not a typical source.
Right.
Because I feel like Rappaport, Schefter, and those guys,
They get mad.
always get it from the same sources.
Well, they also get mad that they don't get the scoop.
Right. Well, a lot of these guys, they make other people that work for their network give the reports to them so they get credit for it all. It's real shady business.
Yeah, well, how do you
I
think
don't
they
like
get
that.
paid? They get paid because they think that they're in the know and they get the juice,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
When you don't get the juice, then you got to minimize someone else.
That's right.
Right. So this is the game, right? So here, the basic thing is and I don't listen to what Mayfield say because Mayfield gonna say anything because he just want to go.
He wants to get the hell out.
He
And
just
Seattle
wanna-
makes
he just
the
wanna
most
go.
sense,
So they said
obviously.
if it was a path to Arizona, I'm going to Arizona.
Right.
And that's where I'm going. It's like Durant. Durant's going everywhere.
Yeah,
Well, I say
your name
see-
it's good for business when your name is out there
Right.
being floated.
And I say Seattle makes the most sense, but you actually have another team
Oh,
Tyvis,
yeah.
that you think makes more sense.
To me,
Yeah.
the best team, and I've been saying this for a long time, is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Because, one, people are like, well, why? Well, to me, I think Seattle and Carolina is a job. If you want a job, yeah, go there for sure. You'll get the 1 year. If it doesn't pan out, now you might be a backup for the rest of your career.
Yeah.
But if you go to Tampa Bay, you sitting behind Tom Brady. You don't have to rush coming in there. You can let your shoulder heal properly. And you know Bruce Arians likes you anyways. I think you could sit down there, learn from Tom Brady, show that
Arians
you
retired, remember?
Yeah,
but
yeah. But he's still in the front office.
That's true. You're
Yeah,
right.
He's still there.
Yeah.
You can learn from Tom Brady for a year or two. Tom Brady has maybe a year or two left at best because he got $375 million sitting there.
never
He
know with
ain't-
him, though.
he $375 million.
fair,
You know.
fair.
Plus-
I think he even came out and said that it's not the same to him. Like
Plus
it used to be.
weapons. You look
Yeah,
at
you got
they
weapons.
got
Yeah.
receivers.
You got Byron Leftwich, who's one of the best offensive coordinators.
And looks like G. Bush.
Yes, he does.
And I've heard how they do things in Tampa Bay with the quarterback room. You know, all those quarterbacks come together and they come up with a game plan and they all work with Tom Brady
Right.
and they find out what the good and the bad is in this game and they give it to Tom and that's why he goes out there and execute. So now you'll be in that group helping prepare Tom Brady, who's the greatest quarterback to ever play this game, get prepared. So now you know what to look for when it's your time. I think it's the best move that you can make.
Well, to that point, which is I see where you're going with the logic.
I mean, it's a career.
The problem is that he gonna take a cut.
No.
Yes,
Well,
he gonna take a short-term cut. He gonna take
His
Tyvis,
ego's gonna stand in the
He's
way.
gonna take a
Fine.
cut.
Yeah.
His ego gonna stop him from taking that cut.
Yeah.
No, he's getting the money this season
You're right.
no matter
Hey.
what. But
No. I'm talking about so let's say
he gonna
let's-
sign.
let's-
He gonna have to sign one little minimum.
I just
years.
said that.
Yeah, he got to.
He's
For
taking a
sure,
cut.
it ain't gonna be the best deal. But I'm saying,
But I'm asking you if his mentality. You have to be ready to accept that.
ain't
it's
there,
only
right?
for a year or two.
Well, some people
He
can't
ain't there
accept
yet.
the
But
year.
here's the thing.
I can't. Well, all right, we'll go to Carolina and go out there. Christian McCaffrey gonna get hurt, and Robbie Anderson don't care for you anyway. So you go out there.
McCaffrey's gonna get hurt.
You go out there and have a bad year, and now we'll see what contract you get from
Baker's
there.
what, 26?
26, yeah.
So 26, I guarantee you this, Tyvis.
I did it.
At 32, his thinking gonna be much different than it is at 26.
Yes.
Right?
Listen.
26, here, let me tell you something. When they traded me, when I walked into after the Eastern Conference Finals, the Bulls, we lost to the Pistons, right? I come off a 20-some point game in the final, right? And so then I walk into the Bulls office the next day and tell them, you got to get me up out of here, right? Because it's not going to work for me. You're not doing what's best for me. I'm on a team that's about to make the ascension.
Right.
I'm too dumb to even know we're making the ascension. and then when they trade me 2 weeks later for the number 1 pick to Seattle, I said, I'm going to Seattle. This thing is about to be great. I'm about to rock this thing.
This about to be a breeze.
I got off the plane. I got off the plane, Tyvis. As soon as the door opened up, and I started walking down the steps in SeaTac, and I said to myself, this don't seem right. What's wrong
You the best
here?
stuff, huh?
I done met in the world of the old movies. You done messed up, son.
By the way,
You know you're the best. But that's the thing, though. I've actually been in a situation where I was kind of like Baker. When I was in Seattle, I was like, I had told my agent, like, I've been here, like, I need to go somewhere where I can play because special teams is good, but I want to actually play.
Yeah.
And I remember Sherm telling me, sitting down one day and was like, because I really started to love Seattle. Like, my mindset started to change because I'm learning so much. I'm watching myself become a better player from learning from Cam and Earl and Sherm every day.
Okay.
So it's like, I've almost got content. Like, all right, well, I could take the special teams role because I'm learning so much. And then Sherm sat me down and was like, he's like, you got to get up out of here. And I'm like, why? He was like, bro, you too good. Like, what you gonna do for the rest of your career? Sit behind me for your whole career? And I was like, you got a point there. I do want to play. So the reason I bring that up is because Baker can sit behind Tom for 1 year. 1 year, and like I say, even if it doesn't show, he could go out there in the preseason the following year, tear it up, and somebody would trade for him.
You know,
you got something?
Yeah, this was the other part of what Josina tweeted yesterday. Steve, let's take it real quick. She said, regardless if he comes there, speaking about Seattle or not, still true. Meanwhile, stay tuned to the timeline tomorrow.
Right.
Tomorrow meaning today, so no one's more connected on this Baker situation than Josina, and Leroy's not here yet, so we got a minute or two on this. But what do you think she could be implying or predicting could be coming today?
It's a good point. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe she has heard some trade rumors. I do think that that Baker could be traded in these couple of weeks before training camp.
Yes.
I think it's very possible.
Because for me, you got to look at it like this. I think they're not bringing him in. You bring Baker Mayfield into that situation, you're not looking at Baker trying to be some sort of backup to these guys. You want to give him the best opportunity to compete for the starting job.
Correct.
So now the playbook is 3 weeks away. I'm sure, now watch this. I'm sure we not kind of got a playbook in the mail a couple weeks ago from the Postal Service. Like, hey, learn this. We just want to see if you're good. Ask some questions. Because my thought process is, day one coming into it, they want to already have him up ready to go, knowing the plays, knowing what
if he goes to Seattle.
Yes, if he goes to Seattle.
Sure, where he is.
I mean,
Tyvis, I just want to say, I think your point about Tampa Bay makes a ton of sense. I think it's a great take by you. We hadn't really discussed it at all. It makes a ton of sense. I think Baker is short-sighted and immature and will not think of it that way.
Yeah.
He's thinking probably, I'm the man. I should be starting.
I tell you what, I would rather.
But it'd be better for his career to go to Tampa Bay. I think you're right.
I would rather, if he had to choose between Carolina and Seattle, obviously Seattle's the better fit for him. And I think that his energy and that passion that he does have, because he's a fiery guy.
Yeah.
With them losing Russell Wilson, because I've been there. Russell Wilson is a big voice in that locker room.
Yeah.
He's very positive, and it's no matter if you're down 21-0. That man is, we coming back, we got it, y'all, let's go.
Yeah, right.
That's gone. Baker is the only guy. I don't see Drew Lock and I don't see Geno Smith. I don't think they have that. I played with Drew Lock. He's not like that.
Yeah.
And Geno Smith, I don't really know, but I would imagine that he's not as fiery as Russell Wilson or as positive as Russell Wilson was.
Yeah.
So you need a guy who can spark that passion and energy when things aren't going well. That's going to give you a chance, and I think that'll be good for the franchise.
And he's
so
got great
that's
receivers
why
there.
I can see him going to Seattle.
OG said something earlier, and this is in translation. I got to put it in subtitles for you, man. Sometimes you need to stay up under that umbrella. You might get rained on, or AKA stand next to this money.
Right.
You better stand next to the money. Tom Brady over here looking good. You know he's gonna have. You know he gonna get you looking nice.
Right.
Stand right here.
Well, he give you that knowledge too. So
Yeah.
Tyvis' point is right. I mean, but see, that's a mature person. Like, there's some value. You have to see value in it.
Yeah.
Because you know Brady's going away.
That's right.
But what I'm saying, right now, one of the biggest knocks on Baker is he's not mature and he's not an adult. What better way to show everybody that you've matured and you're an adult than to sit behind Tom Brady and learn how to be an adult and learn how to play the game and do the things the right way.
And a perfect example to back that up, Jameis Winston. Another guy, first overall pick, a lot of immaturity coming into the league. What does he do? Things don't go well in Tampa Bay, goes to New Orleans, sits behind Drew Brees, learns from another OG in the game, right? And what did he do? Last year he got hurt, but before that he was playing well.
Right? It's because he got the LASIK eye surgery.
And he got that bag.
He stopped turning the ball over last year before he got hurt.